Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis and Arundel County and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Thursday, September 7th, 2023. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief presented by Annapolis Subaru and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. It is September, for crying out loud. It is supposed to be getting cooler. It's been 99 degrees at BWI for the past 3 days. Come on, George. Tell us that there's a break ahead for us. Anyhow, before we hear from George, we do need to talk about some news, so let's get into it, shall we? County Executive Pittman is pressing forward on the redevelopment of the old Crownsville Hospital site. He signed an executive order naming 14 people to a committee to provide input for how that nearly 500-acre property is to be developed. Chairing that committee will be Chris Trumbauer, the county budget officer, and actually the former councilman for that district. The other members are a mix of elected and appointed officials, several civil rights and equity activists, and civic organizations. Their first meeting is at the end of this month, and it will be great to see something done with that property. U.S. News and World Report has their annual Best Of issue naming the top schools in the country. 210 schools were ranked in Maryland, and as expected, Montgomery and Howard County came out heavily on top. But of the top 25 high schools in the Baltimore region, Chesapeake Science Point came in at number 9, South River at number 11, Severna Park 14, Broadneck 15. And it's interesting that U.S. News and World Report also looked at STEM and magnet schools and ranked the top 500 nationwide, and Anne Arundel County fared very well. South River came in at number 137, Broadneck at 163, Old Mill at 335, Annapolis at 349, North County at 359, Meade at 402, and Glen Burnie at 452. I'll tell you, with only 14 high schools, that many ranking among 500, that's a good ranking. Hopefully you saw the article we published yesterday about Cash for Schools. As we know, all of our schools need money, and once again, K&B True Value is leading the charge along with Bay Ridge Wine and Spirits, Lido Pizza, Evolve Direct and Primary Care, and yours truly, Eye on Annapolis. We're all looking to donate $37,000 to local schools with your help. Those schools can be public or private, and it's really very simple. Shop at K&B, and when you check out, they're going to ask you if you'd like to make a donation to the school of your choice, and we, the group of these businesses, will match it not once, but twice. You can also just donate flat out online as well, and we do have a link at eyeonannapolis.net for you. And since its inception in 2009, K&B and their partners have donated more than $100,000 to our local schools. If you didn't join the pickleball craze, I'm sure you probably joined that stand-up paddleboard craze, right? Or maybe you just like to canoe or kayak or just stand up paddleboard whenever you get a chance. Well, here is an opportunity for you to paddle the bay in the 6th annual Bay Bridge Paddle on September 23rd. There are 3 routes, a 1.5K, a 5K, and then the Big Kahuna, which is a 9-mile paddle across the Chesapeake Bay in between the spans. It is open to all paddle vessels and all experience levels. So if you have an outrigger canoe and have never been out on the water, hey, this still might be something cool for you. If you're a little bit unsure, there is a series of clinics on Friday evening from experts, and there will be boards for rent too, if you've never done it. And of course, t-shirts, medals, prizes, and all of that. You can register, get all the details at abceventsinc.com/bay-bridge-paddle. Profs and Pints is bringing a fascinating discussion to the Tropohy Room on September 26th. Now, these always sell out, so if it interests you, get your tickets now. But up this time, Dr. Christopher Miller from University of Maryland will be talking about your brain and how it reacts differently based on environment, trauma, drugs. It's going to be a deep dive into why we're all wired just a little bit differently and how we react due to that wiring. Pretty neat, pretty deep. Tickets and all the details are at profsandpints.com, and then just click through to the Annapolis location. And if you're as amped about the Annapolis Songwriters Festival coming up as I am, here is a tip for you. Don't miss next Tuesday's Ticket Tuesday. That's all I'm going to say. All right, that's all I've got news-wise. Podcast stuff up this weekend on the Local Business Spotlight. We're talking to Dr. Carrie Muller, who is the top dog at Hoffman Animal Hospital. See what I did there. And we should also have a bonus pod in the next few days as well, so you want to look out for that too. And in closing, one of the best ways to keep up on the local news is the Daily News Recap email that goes out every night at 7 p.m. to your inbox, 365 days a year. It's free, and paywall-free. And here's a link to sign up. And that is a wrap. As always, thank you for being you, and a thank you to the sponsors for the Daily News Brief: Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Solar Energy Services, Alpha Engineering, Scout and Molly's, and Hospice of the Chesapeake. So now you just need to hang tight because George from DCMDVA Weather is here with the only locally forecast weather report you're going to find. All that coming up in just a bit.
Another exciting weekend of affordable family fun at Prince George's Stadium with the Bowie Bay Sox. Last weekend of the regular season kicks off on Friday the 8th with Adley Rutschman Night. Mystery Adley Rutschman giveaway items for the first 750 fans. Fireworks on Saturday with the return of our 1K beer run. See how fast you can complete the race while getting 3 beers down. And our Birdland celebration on Sunday. Free autograph items for the first 1,000 fans. Get your tickets now by calling 301-805-6000 or anytime online at baysox.com. The Bowie Bay Sox. Let us be your 9-inning vacation.
Ready for a new look for those end-of-summer parties? Come see us at Scout and Molly's. I'm Betsy Abraham. My mom and I own and operate this great little boutique at the Annapolis Town Center. Come enjoy a fun, in-person shopping experience with a bonus: real customer service. We'd love to help you pick out the perfect outfit for back-to-school Annapolis boat shows and nights out with your friends. Scout and Molly's, Annapolis Town Center. Thanks for shopping local.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA Weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA Weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Thursday, September 7th. It was another scorcher yesterday for the Annapolis region, and it will remain hot today and tomorrow before temperatures finally start to fall back into the 80s for highs Saturday and Sunday, with much nicer temps than entering the picture next week. Look for highs again today in the 90s with a small chance for some PM showers and storms as a frontal boundary starts to approach from the west. And those rain chances will go up a little more on Friday with temperatures still in the upper 80s to lower 90s for PM highs. So take an umbrella with you just in case if you're headed out to the Arts Alive 25th anniversary outdoor event this Friday night from 6 to 10 p.m. at Maryland Hall in Annapolis. From there, rain chances go up a bit more for the weekend with a likelihood of some showers and storms both Saturday and Sunday, with highs Saturday in the mid to upper 80s for most, with low to mid 80s then expected on Sunday, with the expectation for next week being for temperatures to stay in the low to mid 80s Monday through at least Wednesday. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMDVA Weather. Make it a great day out there today. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to follow DCMDVA Weather on Facebook and Twitter for regular updates each day, along with the website at dcmdvaweather.info, so you can always stay weather informed.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Have you been looking for ways to save money recently? Maybe you should consider solar energy for your home. Or are you waiting for the technology to get cheaper? If so, how long are you going to wait? Today's solar costs less than 20% of what it cost 10 years ago. But while solar prices have declined every year, so have the financial incentives. Bottom line, if you wait for cheaper solar, you're also waiting for lower incentives. Take my home, for example. My solar system was installed in 2010, and it's been paid off for almost 5 years, and I no longer have to buy any electricity for another 15 to 20 years. If I waited for cheaper solar, I'd still be paying an electric bill. At Solar Energy Services, we have thousands of satisfied customers who are sure glad they didn't wait. So what are you waiting for? Sunshine's a wasted. Call us today for a free solar design at 410-923-6090 or on the web at solarsaves.net.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues. This is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, ionannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at ionannapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.